Jets Ward.
ETS Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I'm your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. Got a fun one for you. But first, if you've been here before, welcome back. You know I love having you guys here. It is a great place to be because you guys keep coming back for more. And if you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan of another NFL team, or just the casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here. It is a safe space for you. Now, guys, the NFL draft is weeks away. I'm getting excited. I know other fans are getting excited as well. These players, we've been seeing the pro days. We've been seeing all this different stuff happening, who your teams are meeting with, who they're talking with, different mock drafts that are being sent out. And today, I am going to give you another New York Jets NFL mock draft. And I'm going to include trades in here, some big trades. So these are just things that I feel could happen and some things that I've been just reading and hearing and stuff like that from different beat writers and things like that. But without further ado, let's jump into it. And I think it's no secret at this point that at pick 2, there's really one person that the Jets are zoning in on and looking at to draft. And it's in all the mock drafts. It's in all the predictions, things like that. Arvell Reese. Jets looking to take Arvell Reese, edge rusher / linebacker, 6'4", 241 pounds, coming out of Ohio State. What can we say about this kid that hasn't been said enough about him? He can come off the edge. He can play linebacker at a high level. He can play in the slot and cover receivers or tight ends at a high level as well. This kid can do it all. And there were rumors from even college coaches who had to go up against this kid saying that he is a sure thing, that you have to watch him because he can terrorize an offense all day long. You have to know where number 8 is. He is a monster. Everybody's talking about him being a surefire hit going into the NFL, being a superstar. And honestly, I see him playing great as an interior linebacker. He can play an outside linebacker. He can come down and blitz off the edge. I see him doing so many different things and being a terrorizer on a defense. And I think he can really step the Jets game up on defense. He stopped the run. He can cover. He's solid in pass protection. He can do everything. He's got great instincts, high IQ. Like I said, what can you say about this kid that hasn't been said already? And whatever the team, he did so many different things. They didn't ask him to blitz as often. They asked him to do so many things, to play in the slot as a slot nickel. They had him as an outside linebacker, interior linebacker, down as an edge rusher. They had him everywhere at Ohio State, and he was succeeding at it all. And he's still so young. He can get bigger and stronger, and that's the terrifying thing. He is somebody who can just get better and better. He's got the instincts. He's got the nastiness that you want in a defensive player, and he's got the great IQ as a linebacker and edge rusher as well. Somebody who can just dominate at the next level. I'm confident the Jets are going to pick Arvell Reese at pick number 2. Now continuing on to our next selection. And this is one that's been getting thrown around lately. And I don't know if he falls, but Kenyon Sadiq would be a very fun one. And I know a lot of players or a lot of fans are going to be like, you don't need Sadiq. We have Mason Taylor. You don't need another tight end. You can wait till the 2nd or 3rd round or 4th round to grab another tight end. But guys, Kenyon Sadiq is the real deal, man. He can block. He can be a bigger slot for you and outrun some linebackers and smaller corners. He can out-muscle people out there. He is a athlete, a freakish athlete, and just a guy who loves to play football, dominated at Oregon this year, was fantastic, great blocker, like I said. And for those that think Mason Taylor is a solid number one tight end. I agree. I like Mason Taylor a lot. He's still very young, and he's coming off an injury. If he's fully healthy, I think he can be good. But why not build off of a strength? You bring Kenyon Sadiq in and have Mason Taylor there. Look at what the Raiders did with Brock Bowers. They had Michael Mayer, who I still think is a solid tight end who can get open and block as well, who's a solid, they have a nice combo at tight end over in Vegas. Why can't the Jets do that? Have a Mason Taylor, have a Kenyon Sadiq. Then you have Jeremy Ruckert as tight end 3, and you have the other tight end that we just re-signed. Name is escaping me at this point. Jelani Woods. He is there as our 4th tight end. Kenyon Sadiq, I just think the athleticism and the toughness and the upside is too great to pass on when it comes to Kenyon Sadiq. They have been looking at tight ends. They haven't met with Kenyon Sadiq personally, but there's, from what I've heard and from what's being said around the league, there are rumors that the Jets are highly interested in Kenyon Sadiq. And if he's there at 16, I would not put it past the New York Jets, especially if Carnell Tate's gone, if Makai Lemon's gone, Ioane is gone. All of these top players, Jordan Tyson, the injuries are very concerning. But if he's there, you have a conversation. But I think Kenyon Sadiq, the upside and just what he brings to your team as a leader outweighs what Jordan Tyson could bring, especially with the injury concern. I would be happy with either, but I think Kenyon Sadiq's upside and physical nature and just what he brings at the tight end position is just too good to pass up on. And pairing him with Garrett Wilson, A.D. Mitchell, and Mason Taylor and Breece Hall back there could be so enticing and exciting to watch on this offense. So Kenyon Sadiq, pick 16. We have Arvell Reese, Kenyon Sadiq, 2 automatic starters right then and there. But the next pick that the Jets have is pick 33 in the second round. I can't wait that long because there is a receiver that is falling, that is dropping, that I think has been being looked at in a very positive light lately. And somebody who's been talked about more and even brought up to the Jets at pick 16. I have the Jets making a trade coming up from the second round, trading pick 44 and their earlier 4th round pick, I believe 103, jumping up with the San Francisco 49ers to pick 27 and taking wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana, 6 foot 196. I understand a lot of people are saying that if the Jets trade up, it's going to be for Ty Simpson. I don't see that. I really think the Jets do like Ty Simpson, but I think they'd be more comfortable taking him at 33. And if he's there, I understand that the Jets would take him. But Omar Cooper Jr. is just another great receiver who comes in automatically at wide receiver number 2, can play in the slot, can play on the outside, is a very good blocker, has great hands, great route runner as well, and just somebody who can find the end zone and with the ball in his hands is so tough to bring down. He is a solid pass, a route runner. Not the quickest guy, but he's shifty, he's explosive, and he popped at Indiana and became one of Fernando Mendoza's favorite receivers there this past year. And they had some good receivers. They had him. They had Elijah Surratt. They had a solid tight end as well. They had a lot of weapons on that offense. But Omar Cooper Jr., I think he's a first-round talent. I think he could slip to the second round. And if he's there at 33, I think the Jets could take him there. But I'm not willing to risk that. I'm trading up, and I think you can get rid of pick 44 and a fourth round, your earlier 4th round pick, 103, and maybe a future pick in the next year's draft to come up and get Omar Cooper Jr. I'm really happy with this one. Now the Jets have 3 automatic starters, beefing up that offense with Kenyon Sadiq and Omar Cooper Jr. You have your wide receiver 1 in Garrett Wilson, wide receiver 2 and Omar Cooper Jr., A.D. Mitchell as wide receiver 3, Kenyon Sadiq as tight end 1, and Mason Taylor as tight end 2, with Breece Hall back as your running back and Geno Smith as your quarterback. This offense is going to be much more fun to watch this if this were to happen this year, coming with all of these different weapons. But that now we get into our second round pick 33. But I'm making a trade. I'm trading back to pick 40 with Kansas City. I'm acquiring pick 40, and a third-round pick from Kansas City. And I'm taking Chase Bisontis, offensive guard from Texas A&M. He's 6'5", 315 pounds. Just a physical guy, solid at pass blocking, but he's a mauler in the run game. Physical guy, leader on the offensive line. I think can come in and compete with Dylan Parham. And if Parham is a better center, he can compete with Jason Myers or Josh Myers. And you would put Chase Bisontis on the left guard position and Parham or Myers at center. And even if not, if you want Myers to still be your center, you can compete with Dylan Parham. You have Parham on a 2-year contract that you can get out of after 1 year. Have those guys compete. And if Bisontis doesn't win, he gets to sit behind Parham for a year and then learn and get better and then take that next step to being a starter. I think he's a day one plug-and-play player. But with the offensive line that the Jets have, he's going to have to come in and compete for it. And I think he'd be up for the challenge. I think he's got a ton of upside. I think he meets the offensive scheme that the Jets want to run. He's quick off his feet, is a great puller, and can get to that second level very, very well. He does try to overextend sometimes, but if he keeps his balance and keeps his self-centered, he can actually be a dominant left guard for years and years to come and make this young offensive line something fun to watch for, again, years and years to come. So Chase Bisontis, continuing off the offensive side, continuing there, going to the Jets at pick 40. But now with that, we get into our next pick, the Kansas City Chiefs pick for the third round. I have the Jets getting a quarterback. I have them going Garrett Nussmeier. I thought about Drew Allar here. I thought about Carson Beck. But Nussmeier, I think, when healthy, is a very, very highly touted quarterback. He has a solid arm. He has very smart as well. He's a gunslinger. He can move in the pocket and stuff like that. His light frame is something that concerns me a little bit, but I think he could be like a player who can pop as a third round talent. If he doesn't win, he can be a long-term backup. But also, if he comes in and learns the offense really quick and actually looks dominant and good and can take over for Geno Smith if Geno Smith is struggling later in the season and comes in and is successful, then the Jets hit a home run in the third round at quarterback. And if Garrett Nussmeier is that guy, which I think he could be, he was highly touted coming into this year. He was looked at, him and Allar, as being the top quarterbacks in this draft class. An injury in the offseason really derailed his season. He tried to play hurt. It didn't work. He ended up getting benched for the injury, and it just went downhill for him. Fully healthy Garrett Nussmeier, I think, could be a dominant quarterback. I feel like if he was healthy all year, he'd be a first-round talent. But he's looked good in the pro days. He's met with the Jets. He's looked good in the NFL Combine. Watch out for Garrett Nussmeier. I think he could be a very solid quarterback option for the New York Jets and somebody who isn't Frank Reich's prototypical type of quarterback, but a smart guy with a strong arm who can go through his reads and get the ball out quick. So Garrett Nussmeier at pick 74 in round 3. Now we get into our fourth round pick, and I go back to the defensive side of the ball. I would be ecstatic if Bud Clark is there. It's going to be tough with how he put on a show in the offseason, at his pro days, at the Senior Bowl, at all of these different things, Combine as well. Bud Clark is a ball hawk as a safety. He was a captain of TCU, 4-year starter, just a dominant player, physical, but always seems to be around the ball as well. Just has a nose for it. Smart player who can come in and play in the slot, can come down as another linebacker and run support, and can play deep safety as well, can bounce around. I think he is a very dynamic defensive player. And if he makes it to pick 140, I would run to the podium for Bud Clark. I think this kid has a ton of upside and can come in and compete with Malachi Moore and Andre Sisco and Belton and all these different guys and can learn a lot from Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's here as well. So Bud Clark coming in at pick 140. Then we go into our round 5 pick, and I'm going a little bit different. I'm boosting up this offense. I'm going with running back Nicholas Singleton from Penn State. 6 foot 220, got injured at the Senior Bowl, so we didn't really get to see a lot of him, but he's looking like he's coming back. The Um, what was I going to say? The injury doesn't look like it was too serious. He's coming back. He didn't really partake in his pro day, but he was answering questions. He's met with the Jets already as well. And somebody who is a solid dynamic back. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's quick, he's powerful. I would trust him as well. And coming into this running back room, I think could be very beneficial for him. Braylon Allen was injured all year last year, so he's got a lot to prove. Isaiah Davis did some good things, but another guy who Singleton can come in and compete with. Ken Anguanu is a kick returner. He's not a running back. So you need another running back in here. I think Nick Singleton could be a very good option for the New York Jets in round 5. And continuing on the Penn State role here, I'm going to get to round 7, pick 228. And I'm going with offensive tackle Drew Shelton, 6'5", 313. Physical guy, smart player as well. Can play both guard or both tackles and can move into guard as well if you need him to in a pinch. But the reason I have him falling this far is due to injuries and just there were some issues with him this year with overextensions and missing blocks. He's normally a very smart player, and this year was just a down year for Penn State. And I've seen him going in mock drafts in the 4th round, 5th round. I haven't fallen to the 7th round because of how loaded this lineman class is. I see him falling, and I think the Jets pick up on him and get him snagged up. I think the Jets add to that tackle room. Drew Shelton coming in at pick 228. And finally, ending with Penn State as well, a guy the Jets have met with, Trevor Pena, wide receiver from Penn State. He's 5'10", 186. I could see him as a big special teams player, kick returner. He can go out and play gunner as well for you. Can do a lot of different things. Your prototypical slot receiver, gadget guy. But I think we need to add more to that wide receiver room. And I think the Jets like Pena a lot. He didn't do much at Penn State last year, but I think there's a lot of upside and a lot of talent. He's very quick, has solid hands, good route runner, and could be an ace on special teams as well for you in the kick return, punt return, or even as a gunner. I think helping out the special teams, which is a strength last year as well, could be beneficial to this team as well. But those are all my picks. So to recap, round 1, pick 2, we had Arvell Reese. Pick 16 in round 1, we had Kenyon Sadiq. Round 1, a trade up with the San Francisco 49ers for Omar Cooper Jr. Then we trade back in the 2nd round from pick 33 to pick 40 with the Kansas City Chiefs to acquire Chase Basantes. In round 3, that trade we made with Kansas City, we get Garrett Nussmeier, quarterback. Round 4, 140, safety Bud Clark. Round 5, running back Nicholas Singleton. Round 7, 228, we get Drew Shelton. And last pick to end the New York Jets draft, pick 242 in round 7, wide receiver Trevor Pena. So that's all my picks, guys. Fun one. I love doing these. I enjoy making these mock drafts for you. I love hearing your guys' mock drafts as well. Let me know what you guys think of this one. Do you think I nailed it? Do you think it is a disaster? I would love to hear all of what you guys have to say. Also, we are doing memberships on the channel now as well. So we have 2 different memberships that you can join the Jets Ward community with. We have the community class, which is $5.99 a month. You get all different badges, and every month that you're a part of the community as a member, you get a new badge. And it's just really cool perks that you will get in the Jets Ward as a member. And then we have our booster class as well, which is basically $9.99 a month. But you get those badges, you get shout outs, you get member only live streams, and a lot of cool things that come with it. I'm planning on opening a merch store at some point as well to sell some Jets Ward merch. We're working on new designs here. So if you're into that, if you want something from the channel, I'll be putting that up when we get it completed. But if you want to become a member as well, I'll put the membership down in the description so you can sign up and join the Jets Ward as a member of the community. But other than that, guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for any notifications of when I post videos, just so you stay updated on what's going on in the Jets Ward. And make sure you follow me on X, Instagram, and on TikTok. I try to post all my videos there as well, and shorts, just so you see me on other platforms. But other than that, guys, I love you. I appreciate you guys, and I thank you so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
The Jets Ward.